Okay. All right. So, we are on puppy watch. There's not much I can do, so we've just been spending our time working on training. Um, this little girl leaves on Saturday. She already has her forever home, but we had to arrange timing a little differently. And so I just kind of wanted to go over. Here, let's go back to the camera. I can see your beauty. Kind of some of the tricks I've been working on and how she's doing. I don't know. Down. Okay, very good. So you're gonna see the first thing I taught her a couple of days ago was to sit nicely. That's a basic mechanics of the body. So I put the treat in my hand when I do it with her. She knows that my hand's full of the other ones. And I've got my hand up like this. And later the motion will be like this and it means to sit. So she knows when my hand is shaped like that she's got to sit nicely. Of course you're not gonna, but what I'm gonna do is if she's not sitting, I put it over her head to make her body mechanics naturally sit down. Good girl. For the next one, we teach it like this. So I have a treat in my hand right here. She's gonna focus on the wrong hand. And the lay down command for my dogs is this motion. So she's being taught with the same, oh, good girl, good down. I'm minimal talking with her. She's gonna get the key word that I want her to do. That was good down. You wanna try it again? Okay, so again, the motions I'm gonna use when she's 5 feet away from me with just the hand signals is the same way that I'm offering the treat, straight hand, and then down with a curve. Good girl, yes. Yes, you wanna try something new? You wanna see if we can get you to do something new? Working with a new puppy, a lot of people underestimate a lot of what we do is confusing for them. So we need to be very purposeful in everything we do. Okay, we're gonna do one more check and then I wanna talk about some behavior things, but you're hard to do this with. Okay, so we're gonna try, for the first time, we're gonna try the leave it command. She's very focused on that hand and she knows that's got a high value thing in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my hand with all the treats. I'm gonna simply say leave it. I'm gonna wait for her to break off that hand, and the second she does, she's going to get a treat. Good, leave it. Good job. She's gonna go back to that hand, and again, she's just gonna get instantly, good, leave it, rewarded. Good job. So that value tool or that value treat full of stuff on my hand is still there, but she's gonna get rewarded every time she breaks away. Leave it. Good, leave it. So notice I'm very quick to get that response. Good job. Good job. Now she's learning that this is the hand she, no. So what, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. And I'm gonna give her the command as I lay it down. Okay, leave it. I'm gonna wait for her to break. Leave it. Good, leave it. So there I've marked it. Good girl, that's so good. I'm changing it up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Okay, back up, back up. Okay, leave it. Leave it. Oh, very good. See, that was the first time she's learned the leave it command, so she's learning very, very quickly. All the breeds that we do are very intelligent. So that took her what? 3 times to learn it. Luna, leave it. Good girl, yes. See how easy that is to learn that technique. When you teach them a new trick like that, you do need to reinforce it a few times. I am going to break her off for a minute. I'm going to give you one more treat and I'm going to set this down because I want to talk about some behavioral things. At this age, when you take home a new puppy, we see a lot of people that get very confused in their puppy play spaces and times. Here, you're going to stay in the camera because you're too cute not to. When you bring home a new puppy, they're usually very well trained not to jump or bite, and they've just learned the techniques. The problem happens when a new puppy goes to a new owner and they see you potentially as a sibling or a playmate. What happens if you think of a puppy pack playing together, they're bouncing around and they're playing and they're having a good time and they're mouthing at each other's necks and they're barking. So if I was to bring home a new puppy and she starts biting at me and I start pushing her away like this, look how she wants to engage. Do you see how she's like, ooh, what's that? What are you gonna do? She knows not to bite me. because she's been trained. But you see how she's entering a play mode by me pushing? So if you have a puppy that's not using their manners and you're shoving them away and you're yelling at them, no, 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 that's like a bark. Oh, Miss Valerie's playing with me and she's barking and that is so much fun. And look, she's enjoying it as much as I do. So it's really mindful to remember that the behavior that you have may not portray for the puppy's brain the same way. So if you are having jumping, biting type manner issues, see, they're all trained the same way, just like this little girl. What I'm going to ask that you do, the best command I've seen is when I have them when they're little, I put my finger, my thumb in the back of their collar just like this. And the second they stop trying to mouth at my arm or be naughty, she's not doing it, so I can't show you, but the second they stop, you're going to go, oh, good girl. You're going to get lots of praise for doing what I want you to do. Good job. And then if they go back into crazy puppy and they're not using their manners, you just go back in there and you don't say anything. Just sit there quietly. Wait for them to stop. Oh, and then they stop. Good girl. That's what I want to see. And then you just keep this technique up. If they're if you've got your hand in the back of that collar and they're thrashing everywhere and they're biting and it takes you 45 minutes for them to settle and look at you with nice manners, that's okay. If they're a little older, I would suggest long sleeves because, you know, puppy teeth can get vicious. Some of the other things to remember is when you're working on training with your puppies, we see a lot of people that like, let's say you're teaching your dog not to bark at the door when they see people walking in the neighborhood. Well, if you have a dog that's sitting at the door barking, bark, 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 and you go, stop it, stop it, stop it, no. Again, they're going to look at you and go, oh, you're barking too. That is so awesome. Let me bark with you. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. So you've turned it into a game. So it's just reinforcing that negative behavior you don't want to see. Same thing with like, let's say they're wanting to jump on furniture and you don't want them, oh, say she's biting me. So I'm just going to, good girl, yes, good girl. Good girl. Okay. So let's say they're jumping on your furniture and you don't want them on your couch. And you go to push them off and you're yelling, no, get off the couch. Again, we're going right into a play motion because we're pushing and we're barking back like siblings and we're playing. The interaction is just reinforcing the negative behavior. A good rule of thumb with dogs, puppies, it's easier to do with. Older dogs are changeable, but it takes a little bit more consideration and patience. When you want to correct a behavior, there's three main things that you need to do. First is you need to stay within 10 seconds of when you see it. So you don't correct it after the fact. You don't correct it if they're standing at your door barking for a couple of minutes. You don't then engage. After 10 seconds, they're already in it and you're just entering the play. So you need to get it as you see their body begin to posture and you see that they're getting into that excited mode. You need to get into their brains before they start that kind of behavior. So if they're trying to get on the couch and you see like they're thinking about it and one paw's starting to do it, you say no, just like that. Really strong, really pronounced. I'm sorry, you're okay. You're not in trouble. It really, really firm. It's not a gentle word. You don't have to scream. You don't have to touch them, but a real no, just once. And then you're going to physically move your body and make yourself a barrier. You're not playing with them. You're not interacting. You're a stiff. Eye contact. I mean business. Don't do it. You're not getting on the bed. I don't want you barking at the door. So it's the quick no. And then you stand in front of whatever that thing is and you stare at them without talking. Until you see that puppy give and put their head down or go lay down, and then it's good job, good job, good job. Yeah, it's good job. And you need to stay very consistent, especially if this is a behavior that you've seen in your dog for a while. So you stay consistent in that behavior. You are like on patrol, especially in puppy phases. You're on patrol for that all the time. So let's say you've knowed your puppy off the couch, you put your body between them so they don't get off, and then you walk away. You're staying on radar because they're going to continue to push the limits, right? Until they know they can't get away with it from you. Thank you, princess. So there's some cute little tips I will try to get some things on here from time to time on training. So we talked a little bit about how to train your puppy on some basic command. You saw this little girl pick up a new Leave It in, what, 3 tries? That was so good. And the 3 steps to preventing negative behavior you don't want in your house, which is the really quick no within 10 seconds. You put your body in a firm stance in front of them. You make eye contact until their body breaks from it, and then just stay diligent on whatever it is they're pushing. And then again, if you're having problems with the biting and they're not controlling with their manners, you use your thumb in the back of their collar. You sit them down nicely. If you have any questions on these techniques, a lot of these I've picked up from Bella and Baxter and other trainers that we've worked with in the past. If you have any questions, reach out. If for any of my puppy buyers that are struggling, feel free, please, to reach out to me. I want to be a lifetime support. But the foundations we lay at this age really has a lot to do with how successful they're going to be when they're big. All right. Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully we'll have puppy updates soon.